This is a very good move to me because the arrogance which had been created in some of these agencies is unthinkable. Where you find an ED, an executive officer, calling the ministry which supervises him a funeral service. Can you imagine? The ministry, the one which supervises you, and you say, I can't go to a funeral service. Calling the ministry a funeral service. I think that arrogance had gone too far. Speaker and members, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you very much for the well-conducted business. And Madam Speaker, if this is how we are to be conducting business in this House, this country would have moved very far. So I want to thank you. I want to thank my chair. I want to thank the Attorney General, and I want to thank everybody for staying focused on this. I don't know where the concept of creating agencies came from. And I don't know what was the purpose of creating agencies. It looked like the idea was weakening the central government. Now that government has woken up and has decided to get back its authority, then you are going to charge us to deliver. And it's our responsibility. And we shall deliver. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to allay fears of all members of Parliament and also the country. We are not going to create unemployment. Unlike what has been happening before, where an agency comes in and dismisses everybody, we are going to validate, using the public service, all the workers of UNRWA, and those who are willing to work under the public service arrangement are welcome to work. Because these are Ugandans. We are not going to go out to look for other Ugandans. So nobody should tell you that it's going to be disenfranchised because of the rationalization. He will decide at his own that I don't want to work because the law doesn't allow forced labor. So if you don't want to work, it's okay. If you want to work, public service and us, we have worked out a detailed plan of how to absorb the people. Secondly, there was the fear about the ongoing projects. One of the things we're even discussing together with the donor agencies is that the people who are already on those projects, the engineers who are supervising those projects, again, unless if they don't want to work, they can stay on the projects for continuity so that we don't have gaps created because of the mergers. So I want to allay fears of everybody, but I think this is a very good move to me because the arrogance which had been created in some of these agencies is unthinkable. Where you find an ED, an executive officer, calling the ministry which supervises him a funeral service. Can you imagine? The ministry, the one which supervises you, and you say, I can't go to a funeral service. Calling the ministry a funeral service. I think that arrogance had gone too far. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Thank you very much, honorable members. I want to thank you.
Procedure. Madam Speaker, procedure. Procedure.
This House requested government to increase funding to the districts for road maintenance. The government actually agreed to top up what the road fund was giving us with 1 billion shillings. Unfortunately, Right Honorable Speaker, what has happened is that the money that the districts used to get from the road fund was actually cut, and now it is the 1 billion which is available. For example, in Tororo, we used to get 680, about 8 billion, million shillings. And we thought with additional 1 billion, would be able to do something. Now what the district is getting is 20 million shillings per quarter, Right Honorable Speaker, from 688. And we have 42 sub-counties. Surely, how do you expect districts to maintain roads with the 26 million for a whole quarter? So, Right Honorable Speaker, the procedural issue that I'm raising is for the Minister of Finance to inform this House why they cut the monies that districts were receiving under the road fund. Because the 1 billion was supposed to be additional. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, what Honourable Sarah is raising is true. The 1 billion was supposed to be over and above the previous provision under the road fund. Madam Speaker, this is still the case, subject to availability of funds.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker.
Honourable Nathan.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, for me, I want to start by first thanking General Katumba for those good statements you have made. And having made those statements that everybody is going to be absolved. But I am worried that those who say the final service, am I sure, are you going to employ those who called you a final service? Number two, maybe you are calling them also final service. Number two, we know Minister of Works is fond of having engineers. At least engineers are okay. But there are some EDs who are social scientists. Do you have a space for such people in your ministry? Give me that assurance so that I can tell the people of Yonora what is going to happen to them.
We've actually been, the points you are raising are actually very valid and need to be looked at carefully. Government, using a whole of government approach, you will find that we are so interlinked. What you have been talking about, from our understanding, now sits in local government. It has a matter in works, but it actually sits in local government. So you need to be careful. I think I would propose, Right Honourable Speaker, that such complex issues, I think that's why we have this Rule 134.5, which gives us time. This Rule 134.4 and 5. When you're going to make an amendment which is as detailed as that, it will require some time for the ministers to go and consult. We can write anything that Parliament would like, but I propose that it may not be able to be done in this bill at this time. I just propose that the Minister of Works, Minister of Local Government, Minister of Agriculture, Minister of Water, under the Prime Minister, do take up this matter and address those concerns that have been raised.
Thank you.
Financial consolidation and rationalization. This has been the challenge even in Budget Committee. I give you the example of the Minister of Agriculture and Minister of Water. They are always fighting over who is responsible for building dams across the country. Irrigation. They came to Karamoja, they were fighting over a site. Agriculture wanted to build the same dam in Akonyen. Minister of Water also wanted to build the same dam. I am happy my brother General Lulu is there trying to sort out that issue. They are fighting ministries. And it's a bigger thing. It doesn't give this country direction in terms of achievement of targets. How are we moving in water? What are the achievements? These scattered small projects where these people fight in Ministry of Water, Ministry of Health, this does not give the country a clear direction where we are moving in different specific areas. And conflicting in terms of standardization, as the Honorable Kimosho says. Agriculture builds a wide road. Water comes with a tiny one. Local government comes with a zigzag one. We must clear this matter seriously. It's a big issue.
Yeah,
we must be able to say we are moving this direction, this standard of roads, this standard of water systems, and we saw this matter. Otherwise, ministries do fight and they are here quietly fighting. But at the road level, Dr. Shute is right. We must get that function streamlined now in this amendment to give powers to the District Roads Committee to supervise all road-related funds. Let's put that function in this road fund amendment. We'll capture it from here now so that we wait for them at the districts and supervise that matter.